My name is Andrea. I am 31 years old. I live alone in a small apartment. My landlord lives on the ground floor. His name is Mr. Killian. He is 70 years old. Mr. Killian owns the building. Every night, I lock my door. I check the lock 2 times. I live alone, so I must be careful. But in the morning, things are different. A bag of groceries sits by my stove. Bread, eggs, milk. I did not buy them. I did not order them. They are just there. At first I thought I was losing my mind. I thought maybe I bought them and forgot. But I checked my bank account. I had not spent any money. The groceries were a gift from someone. But who? I have a kitchen window. It does not lock well. I think that is how he comes in. I have never caught him, but I know it is him. I know it is Mr. Killian. He sneaks into my apartment at night. He has done it for 6 months. Why do I not stop him? Why do I not change the lock? There is a reason. But first, I must explain my story. 2 years ago, my life was very different. I worked as a nurse at a hospital. I worked long hours. The pay was not high, but it was steady. I had a husband. His name was Paul. We were married for 3 years. We had small dreams. We wanted a house. We wanted children one day. Then Paul got sick. It was sudden. One day he was healthy. The next month he was in a hospital bed. The treatment was very expensive. Our insurance did not cover everything. We used our savings. We sold our car. I worked extra shifts. I was always tired. My back hurt, but I did not stop. Paul needed the medicine. Paul needed the doctors for 1 year. I fought beside him. I brought him soup. I told him, "We will win this. We will be okay." But we did not win. Paul died on a quiet morning in spring. My heart broke. I did not cry. I was too shocked to cry. After Paul died, I had nothing left. No husband, no savings, no car. I had only debt. Hospital bills came in the mail every week. I could not pay them. I could not stay in our old apartment. It was too expensive without Paul's income. I needed something cheaper. I found an old building with low rent. The rent was $600 a month. My hospital salary went to 3 places. The hospital bills from Paul's treatment, my rent and food. There was nothing left after that. No extra money, no savings. I met Mr. Killian on my first day. He watched me carry my boxes up the stairs. He did not offer to help. He just watched. Mr. Killian said only one sentence to me that day. He said, "Rent is due on the 1st. I nodded. Months passed. I paid my rent every month, but it became harder. I started skipping meals. I stopped buying new clothes. 1 month, I could not pay my full rent. I only had $400. I knocked on Mr. Killian's door. I said, "I am sorry, Mr. Killian. I only have $400 this month. I will pay the rest next month. I promise." Mr. Killian said, "Okay, pay what you can." He took the money and closed the door. I felt confused. I expected him to shout, but he did not. The hospital bills grew bigger. I stopped answering my phone. Too many calls came from the billing office. One night, I came home from a 12-hour shift. My legs were weak. My head was pounding. I opened my refrigerator. It was empty. I had no food and no money to buy food. My next paycheck was 5 days away. I began to cry. I cried for Paul. I cried for the rent I could barely pay. I fell asleep on the floor that night. I did not know that something was about to change. The next evening, I came home from work. On my counter, there was a paper bag. Inside, there was bread, eggs, and milk. My heart stopped. Someone had been inside my apartment. I checked my door. It was locked. I checked the kitchen window. It was open. I never opened that window. It did not lock well, but I always kept it closed. I was frightened at first. I almost called the police, but then I looked at the food again. This did not feel like danger. This felt like help. So I did not call the police. Days passed. The food came again. Not every night, but every few nights. I began to suspect it was Mr. Killian. He was the only person with a key to the building. One night I decided to stay awake. I sat in my living room waiting. Around midnight, I heard a small sound at the window. I froze. The window opened slowly. An old hand came inside. I saw his face. It was Mr. Killian. He saw me. He said, "I am sorry, Andrea." Mr. Killian did not run. He did not look afraid of being caught. He looked embarrassed. I said, "Mr. Killian, why are you doing this?" Mr. Killian said, "When I was young, I was very poor. I lost my job. I lost my apartment. I slept in a church basement. I had nothing. I had no food and no hope. There was a woman who lived near the church. Her name was Ruth. Every week, she left food for me. She never asked for thanks. She simply left food and walked away. This kept me alive. I never paid her back. She died before I had the chance. I promised myself something. I promised that one day I would do the same for someone else. I would not ask for thanks. I would simply help the way she helped me. I watched you struggling. I saw your bills in the mailbox. I saw how thin you became. I knew your husband had passed. I am not a rich man, but I have enough. So I started leaving food. I am sorry I frightened you. Tears filled my eyes. I said, "Thank you, Mr. Killian. You did not have to do this." Mr. Killian said, "Yes, I did. I am only finishing what Ruth started." From that night, things changed between us. Mr. Killian still left food sometimes, but now he also shared a cup of tea with me. He told me stories about his life. I told him stories about Paul. We became like family. Mr. Killian never mentioned my rent again. I began to heal slowly. I started saving a small amount of money each month for the first time since Paul died. One evening, a woman stopped me in the hallway. She said, "Andrea, I see Mr. Killian going into your apartment late at night. I have seen it many times now. Is something going on between you two?" My face turned hot with embarrassment. I said, "No, it is not what you think. Mr. Killian is just a kind man. He helps me sometimes." The woman raised an eyebrow. She said, "He is 70 years old. You are 31. People are starting to talk, Andrea. They think it is strange. They think you are taking advantage of an old man's money, or maybe something else is happening. Either way, it does not look right." I felt sick. I had never once thought of Mr. Killian that way. He was like an uncle to me, or perhaps the father I wished I still had. The gossip spread through the building. Someone left a note under my door that said, "We know what you are doing." I told Mr. Killian about it the next evening. I said, "People are saying ugly things about us. Should you stop coming here?" Mr. Killian said, "Do you want me to stop?" I said, "No, I do not want you to stop. You are the only family I have left in this city." He said, "Then we will not stop. Let them whisper. We know the truth even if they don't." But the whispers continued. One day, the building's union called a meeting. They questioned Mr. Killian's relationship with me. They asked if it was appropriate for a landlord to enter a tenant's apartment at night. My face burned with shame. I wanted to run out of the room. Mr. Killian stood up slowly. He told them everything. He told them about the church basement, about Ruth, the woman who left him food. He told them about Paul's illness, about the hospital bills. Mr. Killian said, "I left food in Andrea's apartment because she was starving. I did not want thanks. I did not want attention. I only wanted to finish what was started for me long ago by someone I never got to repay." The room was silent. Then a woman spoke. She said, "I am ashamed. I was one of the people who whispered. I did not know any of this. I am truly sorry, Andrea." I nodded at her. After the meeting, several neighbors apologized to me. They offered to bring me dinner. It has been 1 year since that meeting. My debt is almost paid off now. Mr. Killian still knocks on my door in the evening. If you are someone who can help another person, I hope my story encourages you. A bag of bread may seem small to you, but to someone who is starving, it can feel like the entire world. Do not judge too quickly. The truth is often kinder than the rumor. If you liked this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.